the Garage Gym Experiment podcast. My name is Adam. I'm joined by Jake, and we are back for another great episode. We're going to start off with some new products from Fringe, Oak Club, PRX, AbMat, and then a few others. We have some survey results, who's going to be the biggest home gym supplier in the next 5 years. And then we have 3 product ideas coming to you from Jake. So with that, let's check out some new products.
Let's do it. And let's actually start with a product from a community member. So the Saxon Grips from AbMat actually came from Eric Eccles. And this idea came after he was listening to a Garage Gym Experiment podcast, actually, with the president of Armlifting USA. He thought it was cool, basically decided to get into arm lifting. And one of the big hacks of grip strength is instead of going out and buying new bars, you simply get some fat grips. So he bought some fat grips, and as he was using the fat grips, he thought, oh, why don't we just use something different to mimic a specific movement for, or a specific grip for the sport of grip, arm lifting. And he created some blocks that look like Saxon Grips, or he called them Saxon Grips, to mimic a Saxon bar. So this is a common pinch grip bar used within the sport, and some possible things that you can do with this are deadlifts, suitcase carries, farmer's carry, bicep curls, clean press, and more. It's for the sport of arm lifting, but really anybody who wants to improve their grip can grab these, and that's a good way to do that. So pretty cool story. I talked to Eric. He said that he thought of the idea in early April, and they launched a few weeks ago. So the whole process with AbMat took 4 to 5 months. So launched a new product. Pretty cool there. Next up, magnetic attachments are hot right now. Fringe Sport just added some band peg options. These look like the same as their MAGPEGs, or MAGGrips, and, but longer. They have a stainless steel pen, anodized aluminum head, warranties, etc. These look pretty cool as well, too.
Some more new products. This one comes to you from Fringe Sport. It's called the El Gordito, and it's a new Stubby axle bar. 2-inch shaft diameter to support grip and forearm strength, just like your typical axle bars. This one is rackable, while some are not. 1,000-pound weight capacity. It's got that grippy powder coat. Price is the most notable thing that sticks out to me at just under it's currently $99, so just under $100. So an easy ad for your home gym if you're into like axle bar lifting, things like that. Next one is the JM from Oak Club, and it is a monster J-cup. It allows you to rack your short bars with a single but a wider J-cup on a single post. And the picture they have there, it's using like your typical short easy bar and just racks real nicely on your rack.
I feel like they wouldn't advertise it, but it would work for lightweight on a regular one too.
I'd imagine it would. Yeah.
Yeah. That looks pretty cool, and I think single posts are hot. I have an idea later.
More to come.
More to come. And then just a few other products that I'll quickly run over. Blue Falcon training sled from Fringe is a budget-friendly and collapsible sled. PRX released the built Limitless Ripcord, which is basically their take on a rack-mounted pulley system. It seems very similar to the Rogue plate-loaded slinger, but it also includes a low roll option, and you can mount it on a few different angles, I believe. So it also has kind of a UPS, not quite the UPS versatility because it needs to be bolted in, but I think there's a few different angles that you can use that for. So it's only for the PRX racks specifically because they have 5/8 inch holes, and then also heights that I don't think you can find with any other companies. So it does have, I think it has to be with the PRX racks. And then lastly, we have the Infinity Arm from Exponent Edge. So this is a pad that you can use, kind of like what are those called?
Bulldog
chest
pad, like a Sornex Bulldog pad.
Bulldog pads, yeah. There's got to be a better common name for that I'm just like blanking.
Seal row pad? I don't know.
Seal row pad, yeah, something like that. So this is another option for that, coming from Exponent Edge, who anyone listening to this podcast would probably appreciate the products from Exponent Edge. They're all pretty cool. But anyways, this is another option, and it has just won't go over all the specs, but it has even more angles and can be stored against the post, etc. This looks like maybe even the best. So anyways, check that out if you're interested in one of those. Again, Exponent Edge, pretty cool stuff. And I didn't really hear much about them until he signed up for a Home Gym Con, and looking forward to see what he has for that. But we have a few survey results now. So Adam, take it away.
Take it away. We're going to start out with that headliner. So asking you guys who's going to be the biggest home gym strength supplier over the next 5 years. It's always been a battle between Rep and Rogue, and it continues to get closer and closer. Rogue just barely beating out Rep. Rogue received 47.2% of the votes. Rep, 44.7%. And if you quick mathers out there, that only leaves 8.1% for Titan and the others. So Rep and Rogue dominate this one. And Rogue still edging out Rep, but it is very close.
Yeah, and I don't want to undermine you, but it wasn't always that close. Even like 2 years ago, Rep only had like 13% of the votes. So they've climbed a ton. It was like Rep, the first time we did this, Rep was at like 13, and Rogue was at 62, and it's kind of gotten really close. We'll be curious to see next year if Rep is even closer. And I'm going to actually whip those up and do a quick blog post on that one, because the data is actually pretty cool to see.
Well, I'm excited too that Rogue is coming to Home Gym Con, because I feel like Rep's made all this gains because they've 100% focused on the home gym market, whereas Rogue's been doing things like, CrossFit, Rogue Invitational, strongman events, stuff like that. So still putting their hat in to like things like Home Gym Con. I'm excited to see what they're going to bring out there.
Agree.
Yeah. All right. How much have you spent on your home gym? Well, almost 62% of our voters have spent over $4,000 on their home gyms. If you're in like the home gym community, that probably doesn't shock you. These things become addictive and a little expensive. So the other numbers, the next highest was $2,000 to $4,000. That was 26.5% of the voters. And then $1,000 to $2,000, that's 9%. And then less than $1,000, 2.7%. You have to remind me, Jake, was this question posed as like within the last year?
No, just in
total.
general. Just total.
All right. Well, there you go. Most of us are spending more than $4,000 on our home.
Yeah,
gyms.
I'll have to do this exact survey again, but like change more than 4,000 to like more than 10,000.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be much more dispersed. So I was actually pretty surprised about this. So yeah, we'll make that update. And we had a little bit of a hiatus, and I have a few different product ideas. So Adam, maybe you just give all the scores at the end.
Sure.
And then tell me which one's the best. Maybe go 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we'll see. We didn't plan that out. So, all right, let's do it. All right. So number one, product idea number one. I titled this Adjustable Dumbbells by 1 pound, but it could be just small increments is really what I'm thinking. So I'm saying the issue is certain dumbbell movements are tough to make large jumps. This is kind of the micro gains pitch. But the issue is most noticeable with movements that where you just can't lift as much weights. I'm thinking like lateral raises, for example. So like a lot of people, you're just like stuck on 10s for 3 years, or tricep kickbacks. That's another one that comes to my mind. So I think it would be cool to have an adjustable dumbbell where you could just add a pound or two at a time. So maybe you start with something like a 5 pound, and it goes all the way up to 20, kind of maybe like a power block or Nuabel, but with like 1 or 2 pound increments. So I don't think this is for everybody, but I think it'd be a nice low space, low, everyone uses dumbbells that are lightweight. So instead of getting a 5, a 10, a 15, and 20, all you would have to do is this. And then another thought I had was, why not break up adjustable dumbbells into multiple starting weights to keep them as compact as possible? So I'm looking at my power blocks that are 10 through 100, and they're like this wide. I think most home gym owners would be cool with having like 2 or 3 sets, and maybe in order to keep them compact. So maybe you have something from 5 to 35, 35 to 70, and then 70 to 105 pounds or something like that. And they're all just basically the same size. So I think people would be cool with having like 3 pairs of dumbbells that were all different sizes, or that were all like more compact. So that's just another thought. Like, why not, like, instead of the expansion packs, why not create a heavier base and build off from there, for just a couple of different other options. All right, Adam, thoughts on that?
Well, I got to thinking of like the Bear Steel selectorized pins where you can add the weights to it, where it's got the stub on it. I started thinking, like, what if Bear Steel, like the thing that you slide into the side of a power block, specifically for power blocks, what if they made like a metal weighted one that was like 2 pounds, so you don't use the plastic one, you slide in like a 2 pound one to make like half adjustments. That was in my head. And then I started thinking, don't power blocks have those? They're like little steel cylinders that you can. It's been so long since I've used
but
power
it's
block.
only like, I don't know if you can put multiple.
Gotcha.
I
didn't know. But then for all your other ones, like smaller jumps are huge. So I totally understand that.
I think just like even at like if you're a personal trainer and you have a client and you're at your gym, you would want your client to be able to grab an 11-pound dumbbell and like do that, like if that's where the progression is.
Right.
So, my feelings are never hurt on these, but
I understand the need for it.
Idea.
Yeah, I understand the need for it. As far as what it would look like, I'm not sure. But if you had something that was like cost effective and like solved the problem, definitely be worth like, and it cost effective meaning like, not cheap, but inexpensive, easy to add. I would give it like an 8. I don't know what that would look like because there's so many different styles of adjustable dumbbells with the closed and open and all that stuff. But if it was something that was like universal, fit all of them, I think it'd be a great idea.
Okay.
As far as multiple sets, the hundreds would still be super wide though, right? Your larger set. But are you saying like...
Well, I'm thinking if you can make that like the initial block heavier.
Oh, just denser, yeah.
Denser, something, and then build it off from there.
Denser a word? More dense?
I don't know, just heavy.
Heavier. Big weight, small space. If that were possible, that'd be great. Like a big old, like the handle being like a chunk. It'd be more expensive, of course, because you're like, have to get like 6 handles if you had like 3 sets. But
for sure.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, I think there's something there.
I've seen people get adjustables that would cover to 50s, and then they build out their dumbbell set from 55s on up.
Right. And that's what I'm thinking. Or some people just buy an individual dumbbell as they go. Like they have a 25, a 50, and a 75. But what if you could just actually buy 5 to 25, then 25 to 50? Yeah. So instead of an expansion pack that makes them so bulky. So that's just a thought. All right. Number 2, product idea. So there's a ton of accessories like landmines, the isolator, lever belt squats. You can also just use storage on like a single post. And I've also seen people like utilize just a single post, or like use scraps and put something together, either attached to their rack or on their wall, and use a single post. So you can definitely just scrap this together. So this is an idea basically of people scrapping stuff together. And I actually did this recently, where I took a wall mounted rack and I broke it apart and just put it in two separate parts of my gym. And it takes up very little space. And for one, you can see on the screen, is I put the isolator, and then at the bottom is the clever landmine, and then there's storage on the side. So it's just one, and it's not even ideal. And then the next one, I put the torque endless rope on one side, and then lever belt squat on the other. There's more holes that I could do even more as well. But that's a killer setup, the lever belt squat with the
I love this
dip. So basically what I think would be an easy product for somebody to bring to market is just a wall mounted single post. And you see this with the Bulletproof Fitness did this. They did this with the single post.
freestanding one. Yeah.
The freestanding one. And yeah, it's freestanding, and there's definitely some wobble to it. But I think most people would rather just attach it to a wall and go from there. So basically what people do is they take the cross members, drill that to the wall, and then buy a single post. Somebody could easily make a cross member like thing that you can easily drill into the wall with the specific hardware that comes with it. Get a post for multiple heights of garages, and make sure there's like a very stable base. Maybe the bottom of the post is a little bit, has like some sort of I don't know what you call it, but something to stabilize and make sure it stays straight. And sell that. Like, it'd be an easy sell. So that is my product idea number 2. Just sell a single wall mounted post that can hold accessories.
Okay. So you're either going to get like a 10 out of 10 or like a 4 based on this question. I love like seeing the Bulletproof Fitness isolator there. I have to ask, like, it's a single post connected at 2 points with your weight sitting off to the side. Is there any movement?
No,
or is it?
No. Well, so it is a wall mounted. So it's meant to like turn.
Sure.
So it's not.
But like, there's no like.
It's good. It's solid.
If it's like solid, like that's a 10 out of 10. And like every company, like figuratively, you could just like email the company to say, I just want to post, and like, two mounts to it or whatever. And they could sell it to you. All they'd have to do is package it and throw it out as like a product. And it's easy. It's already made and brilliant. I love it.
Well, it was basically just like I used the hardware I had, like stuff that I had around the garage to put in the wall and to the studs.
Yeah.
And it's rock solid. It'd be cooler. Like there's things like it's like 5/8 inch at the top, 1 inch. It's not the perfect post,
sure,
but if you make a post, even if it went like, you could get it as close to your ceiling as possible, that would be awesome. Like customizable. So yeah, I definitely think this is missing from the market. And I think, and it goes back to where I thought of like this trend, with the trend of like 2 racks, where one would be an accessory rack,
right,
and one would be one to like lift off.
I like this way better.
Would kind of take off, but yeah, this is way more space efficient.
I'm looking at your dip bar, your belt squat, and like all these things could be like, you could have way more things on the wall right there and just attach it to that post. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like
what.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like what I said, like it's not even ideal posts. Like they're not tall enough. I think they're probably 7 feet tall. It'd be great if they were taller.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they've been awesome to have.
I actually saw this in the background and I was like, what is he putting the torque on? Like in one of your Instagram stories. I was like, what's he doing?
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah, like so I'm rackless right now. And so I'm like looking at buying a new rack, and like when you put racks into your cart, it breaks it down like uprights and all that stuff. All they'd have to do, it'd take no effort on their end, and they could just put a little dollar amount with it and advertise it like you have, and they can make some money.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like especially if you're like Fringe Sport and you're selling this belt squat, like that's a perfect add-on. Bulletproof should do. I think this is. It always does recommended
items, right?
Yeah.
Once you put in like the single post, recommend all your accessories, all your dip bars. Yeah.
And it's like all of these products are like just enough to like kind of be annoying on your primary rack.
Yes.
So if they're like,
I've been using that seal road pad, just like always on there,
or the Oak Club J cup that we talked about.
The single J on a single post.
Yeah. Yes. Right. Exactly.
Strip sets for easy curls. That'd be sweet.
Yep. So
that's a 10. This is your first ever 10.
First ever 10. And it's so simple. It's
so simple.
Yeah. I think this is a good one too.
That's a home run. All right.
Last one. We were supposed to wait to give the scores at the end, but whatever.
You asked me my opinion to the first one.
I know, but I thought we were just going to have a general chat.
All right.
Sorry. All right. Product number 3, not MAGPEG, Mag pull-up bar. So think MAGPEG, but longer. So
like full rack longer?
Like full rack. Like you can see on the picture there, it goes, I just kind of put that in there, but like it would go all the way in.
So the MAGPEG's not like holding it in. It's like a giant MAGPEG.
It's like it would be just enough to like help keep it steady, but it would also have to be attached at the other end as well. So basically it's an adjustable pull-up bar, but with magnets to help keep it in place. So an adjustable pull-up bar that could be used at the top for a pull-up bar, like if you don't already have a pull-up bar, or you could throw it off to the side at the top to use as a pull-up bar, or if it's at the side or just general at a lower level. So like in the picture there, like you could use that like even lower than where it's at for the picture. You could do it for like rows, incline or decline push-ups. You can add pads, use it like a leg roller. You can use, if you have like an inertial wave, you can put it in a perfect place for the inertial wave. So basically, and I'm thinking like, if you've ever been to a CrossFit gym, the rings are like a nightmare to always set up and take off. Or if you're doing it at home, if you're doing rows at home, this would be a way easier way to just put on the rack, in the middle of the rack, do rows or do push-ups or whatever. So basically just like the bridge built pull-up bar.
Okay.
Where it'd be easier to add and move up and down the rack. So that would be the idea.
Okay. That's what I had to hear before I actually rated it. Because at first I thought you were talking about like, a 46-inch MAGPEG like slide in. I was like, I don't think that would work. But you're saying the pull-up bar is there. The MAGPEG just like the bridge built one.
The MAGPEG's just like kind of extra. Yeah,
that's better. Okay. Yeah. That changes a little bit. Yeah. No. 6.
6.
Okay. That's how I used. That's how I would use Smith machines. Is I'd set the Smith machine low, do like rows and stuff like that on it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
But exactly. And like girls would typically use the Smith machine high and do pull-ups, so they'd have to like jump up to like the super tall pull-up bar.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So it would work.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well.
Okay, so ranking them. If you couldn't tell, my favorite was a single post. My next favorite was the adjustable dumbbell, easy jumps. Just call it that.
Yeah. Small jump.
Only if it was like done in like a concise, like easy way. I can't quite see how it would be done. And then the pull-up bar, but nothing under a 5. That's good.
Yeah, I thought these were all decent.
That single post one, man. I
love the single post one is just like.
Well, a lot of the DIYers will just take a post and then do cool things with it. Like they'll mount it to their wall and like hook stuff up to it.
Right.
But then like seeing how you did it with like all your like you have so many like toys, so like the isolator, the endless rope, all that stuff is like perfect for single posts in your garage.
Yeah.
I love that. Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, we're in the middle of like this Midwest heat wave. How's the garage been?
So I still work out in the mornings.
Yeah.
But so it's been, I enjoy the heat. First of all, so I like it. Especially if you know it's only for like a short season of the year.
Sure.
But it's been so hot.
Yeah.
I'm good, but my dog has been struggling.
So I signed up for another ultra, right?
Yeah.
And I went out for a run today.
It's not running season. Yes.
Dude, 2.5 miles outside, and like, mind you, I'm in the teens at this point, early 20s of like mileage. 2.5 crushed me. I came inside and jumped on the treadmill. I felt like a
you came inside.
Girly man, but you know,
no,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
No, I was thinking about that. Not running weather.
No. Anyway, it's a good episode. Happy to be back.
Happy to be back, and we will definitely be back on the podcast train. So,
yes. So keep listening.
Sorry about that, guys.
All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Did you like tonight's episode? Well, then be sure to keep your eye out for new episode releases wherever you listen to podcasts. Stay involved on our social media sites by following Garage Gym Experiment and taking part in our Sunday surveys on Instagram so that you can be a part of these conversations. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Get involved on our website for all your home gym content needs. Be sure to follow Home Gym Con. Keep up to date, happening April 26th and April 27th in beautiful French Lake, Indiana. We have a packed exhibition floor. I'm talking Rogue, Rep, Sorinex, Surplus, AbMat. I could keep going, but I won't. Check out the website. You can see all of them. More importantly, maybe you should just check out the Instagram page as that gets updated a little bit more often. I'm supposed to be on that Facebook page. I'm kind of dropping the ball there. But
we'll get on.
You can also check out homegymcon.com, and we hope to see you there. All right, Jake, I'm going to ask you the question of the night. Is there anything else left for the listeners?
Nope.
All right, guys. Catch you next time. Bye.